Let's talk about settings and text mode. First off, in the lower left-hand corner, you have three little lines or a hamburger. And when you click on that, you have a bottom toolbar. The first tool on the left side has two gears on it, and that's settings. So let's choose that. Now you can choose whatever color combination you want. Personally, I prefer the sentence being blue and the word being yellow. But if I'm colorblind, I might have a problem with that. If I am reading material that has a lot of vocabulary or large words in it, then I want to underline the word. If I'm reading something that is general reading, then I want to underline the sentence. When I scroll on down, I want to do automatic scrolling. I do want the pop-up menu on because that's the little menu that has listen, translate, and dictionary on it. And I can set how long I want. I can click up or down arrows, or I can type in a number of my choice. Across the top, you see that we can play this menu, pause it, stop it. You can increase the font, decrease the font. We can set the volume, which is delivered maxed out. The reading speed, we can move according to what we want. And then we have text settings. With font size, it goes from -1 to +7, with normal being about 12 point. Let's choose a +7. Our fonts, we have Times New Roman and Courier New, which are serif, and we have Arial, Open Sans, and Comic Sans, which are sans serif fonts. We also have the Open Dyslexic font. Now, the Open Dyslexic font was created around 2010, 2012, so there's still not a lot of research on it, but it does have a lot of good qualities. With that said, there have been other dyslexic fonts in previous times that also are good for students who have dyslexia. October was Dyslexia Awareness Month, and I learned that yellow on black was the best color combination. And if I scroll down, you see we have some text overlying each other with this large font. I can stretch my window so that the text does not sit on top of each other. Personally, this is very difficult for me to see, so I'm going to click back and change this to black on light yellow, and maybe I want Comic Sans, and we'll use a +2. It now changes over to that. This is important because the student can make the changes they need on the fly when they need it. And they can set this to what they want. These are individual settings. And because of that, if you change devices or you clear the cookies and cache out of your computer, you may have to reset up your settings if you've changed away from the defaults. Keep that in mind so that you remember what you set up. Now let's look at text mode. Text mode has the block around it with the arrow pointing to the right. Again, it's on the lower toolbar. When I click on it, I now see this page in text mode. Again, it's expanded. If I don't want it that wide, I could pull it down, but we'll leave it expanded. And a few things I want to pull out to you. First off, the headings that you see in your document are going to be reactive to the size font. They're not going to stay at a fixed font. They will be enlarged according to the size font you choose. Let's choose a normal font. Notice now that these particular headings have changed again. Let's say I want to change this to Open Sans and black on white. I now have it in that text mode. Other things about text mode are that all material is left justified and images that are lacking an alt text are not displayed. They're removed. So that could be anything that has a decorative tag on it or has not had any alt text entered on it. So that's what's happening in text mode. This is fantastic for your ADD, ADHD student, your student who is a distracted reader for other reasons. This helps them stay on the page without being distracted by other items.